Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ 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 गं Ganapataye Namaha.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to day 10 of 21 days of chanting to honor Lord Ganesha's birthday. Welcome, everyone who is joining for the first time, and then those people who have been joining since we started. Whether you've been coming or going, we're all here right now, and this is the eternal moment. It is the now moment. We are living in the now. And we are going to grab on to Ganesha inside of us. So my name is Sucharita, wishing you all a warm welcome. It is always an honor and a pleasure to be of service and support to people who are Ganesha lovers, especially right now, as we're diving in to discover who is this elephant-headed being who has a pot belly and he rides a mouse. And what does it mean to me? And how do I put them to work in my life so that the obstacles get removed, so that things can happen quickly? I can turn around on a dime the situations that have been very challenging throughout my whole life, or right now it's just like one thing after another, after another, after another. I can't find a way out, and it can be confusing for people. So that's what we're here to do. Ganesha's birthday is coming up very, very soon, and we are going to be also sharing about the special 8 initiations that Dr. Pillai is going to do into different forms of Ganesha, the consciousness, the archetypal energy, the qualities, the characteristics that perhaps we are lacking, and we need to feel those inside of ourselves, and we need them in our lives to remove obstacles, both spiritually and materially. So Dr. Pillai is having an 8-day Living Ganesha series that is going to be happening on the 15th. And prior to that, we have been sharing about it so that you will not miss the early bird special. It's going to be coming down after 11 p.m. Pacific time on August 11th. So whatever day that is for you, that's the end date for the early bird special. And we'll talk about that when we come out of our chanting practice. But for now, what we're going to do while people are still joining, we're going to share, as we do every night, a video message from Dr. Pillai so that we will know more and more about Ganesha. He will reveal himself to us in ways of storytelling, in mythology, in brain science, and Dr. Pillai is a specialist in all of that. So he is going to be sharing a message. It's going to be about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. We'll do a preparatory meditation to get us into a state of receptivity, get out of our limited human mind that's full of anxiety and full of stress, and hurry up, let's get going, let's get this over with, I got to get on and do my next thing. That's not what chanting is all about, or meditating. We just want to be in the presence of the divine, in the divine timing of things. So thanks everyone for joining from around the world, because collectively we're going to be able to do so much more than we could on our own with our own individual practice. So let's get started with the video presentation, and then we'll open it up afterwards for our meditation and chanting practice.
In my earlier video on Ganesha, I explained the significance of Ganesha's elephant head, which is responsible for his superhuman intelligence. In this video clip, I want to talk about one of the important characteristics associated with Ganesha, and that is uh, his ability to do things instantaneously. And that's what we want to do, especially living in the contemporary 21st century. We want everything fast, fast computers, fast travel, email, everything fast. So Ganesha is the fastest. So if you want to know the technology of doing things very fast, faster than what science can imagine, we have to go to Ganesha. I'll tell you the story of Ganesha and how he came to be the scribe for Mahabharata. See, Mahabharata was dictated by Vyasa, and Ganesha was the scribe. And the condition was Vyasa has to be fast enough because Ganesha would go in a tremendous speed. So what it implies is he is very, very fast. So if you know the Mahabharata, you will understand the text is very complex. And only a person like Ganesha could put it down in writing, and he has to be very fast too. So that is that story signifies how fast his Ganesha is. That's one story. There is another episode in which Ganesha's ability to do things fast comes out. And that is once Shiva gave a mango fruit to Bo, and that the fruit was given to him by Narada, the celestial wandering saint. And it was a special mango fruit, and Shiva decided to give it to the one person between the two of his sons, which is Muruga Subramanya and Ganesha on the other hand. Ganesha was the oldest. Now, Shiva told, look, any one of you who goes around this universe and then comes to me fast will receive this mango. And Subramanya has his peacock as his transportation, so he jumps on the transport vehicle and then goes around the world. It takes some, a few days for him to come back. But Ganesha decided that there is a better way to go around the world, and that being to go around Shiva, because Shiva is the universe. So he went around Shiva and Parvati and then asked for the fruit. Shiva said, how come? He said, because you wanted me to go around the universe, you and Mom are the supreme God and Goddess of the universe. So by going around, you have finished going around the world. So Shiva could not argue, so he gave the fruit to Ganesha. Now the story has tremendous amount of significance. Don't go about learning things outside God. God can give you everything. So instead of going around God, we are going everywhere. And that's why nothing gets done. And then we get old and die. So this is another important episode that proves the super intelligence of Ganesha and also the super fast ability to do things. By establishing contact with Ganesha, you will be able to be super intelligent and also super fast. the rituals and meditations about Ganesha are key to acquire these special powers. In the first part of the video, Ganesha and Fast Track, I gave the mythological version containing the story of Ganesha as ability to be super intelligent and also super fast. Now I want to give you this scientific explanation of what I have given in the first part. The first part is only just a mythological story. And how is Ganesha able to do this? How is he being able to be super intelligent? He has, as I mentioned in the first video of this series, he has the elephant head. The elephants and the humans share a very special neuron. It was very recently the scientists found out that the elephants also have this neuron called von Economo neuron, named after the person who found this neuron, von Economo. This von Economo neuron is a very special neuron to solve problems. Very difficult problems can be solved by this neuron. And it is a spindle-shaped neuron with the soma, the bulb of the cell body, and then an axon going up, and then the opposite direction is a dendrite going. It's a very special type of neuron and found only in the humans and also only in apes, elephant, and monkeys. What does this neuron do? The neuron has the ability of solving difficult problems, of finding out the error when you have to make a decision. It is the neuron that helps you to do that. That's why initially scientists thought it is only in the humans it is found. But then they found that the elephants have the neuron, and abundantly. And the elephant's brain is also designed very similar as far as the neocortex is concerned for the cognitive perception, like the human beings. And elephants have also a bigger hippocampus, and that is very significant. So Shiva decided to give the elephant head for Ganesha for a reason, because he wanted the son to be super intelligent, because he is going to be the army chief. And not as simply a human army chief, but also the army chief for his divine army. So where does that intelligence come to Shiva? From this particular neuron. There are so many aspects of the brain of the elephant that have come under scrutiny and research in recent times. I want you to look at a Wikipedia entry on elephant cognition. You will be amazed to see how powerful are the elephants. So worshipping Ganesha, though it looks grotesque, is not just a superstition, but it is full of meaning, provided if you understand how you can benefit from it. Just the contemplation of the elephant head of Ganesha will give you a tremendous amount of mind power. So this upcoming Ganesh Chaturthi is an important time where you can invoke him, because that is the day where his energy is abundantly available on the earth plane. God bless.
So there you have it. Dr. Ply's message for today is to activate the von economo neurons in the anterior cingulate cortex in the brain. Oh my God, that's way too much information. So all you have to imagine is Ganesha is taking you to those von economo neurons inside of you. And as he is awakening with the sounds Om Gum that we're going to repeat again and again and again, we're going to create a momentum, an energy, a power, a transmission that's going to be coming from inside of us as well as from the cosmos. And Dr. Ply is going to be keeping us steady. So we're going to be chanting the mantra. We're going to be asking Ganesha to take us to those von economo neurons inside of our brain. We're not really sure exactly where they are because we're not neuroscientists and we don't need to be. We just need to ask Ganesha to take us there and he will. You'll feel it. So we are not just going to be chanting some words and hope everything works out. We want to feel him. We want to be with him. We want to dance with his consciousness. We want to experience what it would feel like to have success in all the different aspects of our lives. So we start within first, and then we can see it outside of ourselves, in our lives, in our relationships, with our health and well-being, with the way we make decisions, the way we are open to miracles, positivity. That is what it is to be divine. So it's everyone's birthright to do that. We've got to birth God consciousness inside of us and then also in the world around us. And that's what we're going to do now. So thanks for joining. Let's get started. If you can't keep up with the chant, the pace of the chant of the mantra, then hang on to the sound gum. Gum is the seed or bija sound for Ganesha. We're going to plant the seeds of Ganesha inside of us. We're going to build his consciousness or grow his consciousness from head to toe and back up again and inside, outside, all around. So let's do it. Closing your eyes, putting your attention internally. We're going to focus on the base of the spine and also the legs, even into the feet and toes. Imagine a reddish, orangish light, pinkish even, like a sunset. The light at a sunset, so beautiful, so mystical. So that energy of the light is pouring down your legs, into your feet, into your toes, even into the ground. We're going to feel the stability of Ganesha in our practice. We'll call on him to remove the obstacles for this experience to be so fabulous. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, piercing all the chakras on the way up, through the brain, through the skull, the top of the skull. This light goes up into the space like a searchlight or an SOS, seeking out the help of the divine to connect with Ganesha. Now, imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a form you're familiar with, or a vast light that embraces you around your head, through your head, through your face, through your brain, through your body, and all around. You are immersed in the light of Dr. Pillai, who will root out anything that is no longer serving you and enliven your body, mind, and soul to be able to connect with Ganesha, hold on to that energy, hold on to that intelligence, and release anything that is no longer serving you. Be embraced by the light of Dr. Pillai. 2 beams of light enter your eyeballs. 2 beams of light enter your ears, pierce your eardrums, goes into the inside of your head, lights it up. 2 beams of light shoot up the nostrils. A beam of light enters the mouth, lights up the tongue, the back of the throat. A beam of light pierces your third eye, middle of the brain. The whole brain starts to tingle, pulse. And finally, a beam of light descends from the heavens, piercing the top of the skull, enlivening the brain, enlivening the rest of the body. We'll call on Dr. Pillai to activate the whole process in an exponential way. Feel the burn of your karma, the heat. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Set your intention for whatever it is that you want the help with, your prayer, for Ganesha to remove the obstacle in your life or obstacles in your life, and then let it go. Focus your attention on the base of your spine, the Muladhara chakra at the coccygeal area, the tailbone, and begin. Om Gam, 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 Om Gam. Om gam 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 om gam. Allow the sound vibrations and the light to explode beyond the Muladhara in all directions, shift dimensions. Now move into the navel chakra, the belly, the abdomen. Fill it with the sounds and the light. Om gam 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 om gam. The light explodes beyond the belly, the navel chakra, in all directions, shift dimensions. And move your attentional energy up into the heart center, middle of the chest. Feel the center expanding. Om gam 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 Om gum 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 om gum. The light explodes beyond the heart center in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now bring your attentional energy into your throat, your mouth, your tongue, your nostrils. Light them up. Om gum 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 om gum. The light explodes beyond the throat, releasing any negative, congested, stuck karmas in the throat. Shift dimensions. Bring your attention up into the middle of your brain, third eye. The light and sounds pulsing in the middle of your brain. Om gum 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 om gum. The light explodes beyond the third eye in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now the brain lights up, front of the brain, sides of the brain, back of the brain, middle of the brain. The whole brain is lit up, top of the brain. Om gum 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 Om gum. The light explodes beyond the brain in all directions. Shift dimensions. Now focus your attention on the front part of your brain, the frontal lobe. Ask Ganesha to connect you to your Von Economo neurons. Om gum 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 The light explodes beyond the body in all directions. Shift dimensions. Put your attention in your eyeballs. Light them up. Om gum 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 The light shoots out of the eyes in all directions. shift dimensions. Now, two beams of light pierce either ear, penetrate the eardrum. The light goes into the inside of the head, lights up the brain, lights up the whole inside. Even the face feels the heat of the light. Om gum 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 om gum. Two beams of light shoot up the nostrils. Om gum 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 om gum. The light explodes beyond the head in all directions. Shift dimensions. Pour your attention down your throat, your neck lights up. Your shoulders light up. The arms and hands and fingers are lit up. Om gum 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 om gum. The light pours down the body, the core of the body, the trunk of the body, penetrates all the organs, all the way into the pelvic region. Om gum 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 om gum. Pour your attention down your legs. Fill them up with light all the way down into the feet and toes, even into the ground. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. Now imagine a light scanning from just above your head in your aura, around your head, around your body, and then inside the body is just light. Scan it all the way down to the bottom of your feet, even into the ground, and then back up the legs, the body, up the head, and continually scan your body and release anything that is no longer serving you. Let it go. Om Gam 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 Om Gam. From head to toe, you're radiating with the power and the energy of the sounds that will unlock the secrets of Ganesha in your body, your mind, your soul. Shift dimensions. Be Ganesha from head to toe. Embrace the light of Dr. Pillai once again. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul. Peace to the environment, peace to the world, peace to all beings. Relax, let go. Can keep your eyes closed. You can stay in the meditation for as long as you like. Take note of your intention. Once again, you can pray for whatever it is that you want support from Ganesha to diffuse, to help you to experience immediate success, miracles. Make a prayer to yourself for coming, participating. Thank everyone for joining so that you could experience so much more than you could on your own. Individual practice. Make a prayer to Dr. Pillai, Ganesha, of gratitude for giving you a tremendous experience today. And then finally, pray for those who need it the most. Food, clothing, shelter, medicine, water, fresh water to drink, to bathe in. Medicines, and people to come and support them. If not, the divine must swoop in and help them in need. Imagine the world with no pain, no suffering, and everyone has what they need. Ganesha can do that. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Those of you who need to go, we'll see you tomorrow. Those of you who are going to stay, this is part of the call where we can share our experiences on the chat. We can ask questions on the chat and I'll respond. Or perhaps Radha will respond. She's also from Fly Center Practice, or Bhairavi, or Swamini Valley usually pops in and out. So you will have your questions answered. And then we're just going to reiterate again how important it is for us to consider getting the initiations from Dr. Pillai in the Living Ganesha 8 Days series that is coming up. It's a program that's starting from August 15th, going through to the 22nd. It's going to be every night. And Dr. Pillai is going to initiate us into very powerful forms of Ganesha that we've shared about as we've been going along in these past several nights together since we started. So the early bird special for that is the one thing that we want to make sure everyone is alert about, is going to be expiring August 11th at 11 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So that's whatever that converts to in your time zone, your place. Then please make sure that if you want to join the course and you want to get all the bonuses, that's the main thing. We have to get it ahead of time. So because there's mantra writing that's being done for you. There are chants, there's fire labs. There are so many different things that are going on that need to be coordinated, and your name needs to be entered in all of that, your name and your birth star. So that's why we keep reminding to make sure you don't miss out on that. So you can continue to register right up until the 15th, even if you missed the early bird special. So check it out. The link is below this box, this video box. So, and there are other links there as well. Check them out and find out about Ganesha. Even if you think, oh, I can't afford it, or I'm not going to do it for whatever reason, that's fine. Just read about it. It's Ganesha's birthday once a year. So in another 365 days, we'll have to wait if we don't get the blessings and don't pay attention to him during the time of his descent in from the cosmos into the earth plane, and not only from the external world, but also our internal world. So it's going to crank up our soul to a whole new level of understanding of evolution, of who we are and who everyone else is in our lives, and how they are going to be shifting and evolving, because we are shifting and evolving with Ganesha's grace and blessings. So these fabulous Ganeshas are so important for us at this point in time, as per the Tamil Siddha tradition that Dr. Pillai hails from. They have said to him, listen, you've got to bring in this Ganesha. And Ganesha himself said, bring these 8 forms into the earth plane, not only for the people who are going to be in the program, but everyone. So read about them and then explore them. And you never know, just like all of us, we say, oh, I can't afford it. It's not in my budget. And Dr. Pillai would never want you to, break the bank. Although he always says too that the money is in the bank. So when you get into that state of consciousness, all of a sudden out of nowhere, it will come. And then there is a survey that's offered through Pillai Center. And I believe that there it is. The special is there. The link for that is, then I'm not sure if you've posted the survey link, Radha, but if you could, that would be great, because the survey, you fill it out. Hey, what do you like about Ganesha? What do you want to know about Ganesha? Really simple questions. It's not like a test. It's, hey, give us your feedback so that we know how to guide you accordingly, especially people who really want to get to know this divine being who is the first one that you would call on, regardless of your upbringing, your tradition, your belief system, your religion, your culture. It's beyond that, because it's now Ganesha's all over the place. He's creeping in everywhere. So he is the one who gives success, and all the gods, all the divine beings, all saints, all sages, they all pray to him. So he's the guy for experiencing shortcuts, miracles, things that come out of nowhere, miraculous healings in relationships. There's a very powerful Ganesha that Dr. Pillai is going to be initiating us into as well. And it's going to be on relationships, this Ganesha consciousness. That's where the miracles, we need them. Not only in our personal relationships, like family and friends, spouse, significant other, it's our work relationships. We're married to those people for 8 or 10 hours a day. So whether we're online or not, it doesn't matter. We're, working with people, or even our clients or our customers. We spend a third of our day with them. So we need the miracles to bring in peace and love and joy and happiness and collaboration and creativity and cooperation, versus all the rest of the nonsense that goes on and creates so much negativity. That's the karma of everybody. So Ganesha will just go and explode all that, okay, blow that up. That's not a good idea. So let's do this. And he will make it to be in a way that it is going to be very gentle and friendly. Even though I say explode and blow it up, it's the consciousness. We just want to just go away once and for all. So that is no longer serving us. Of course, we want consciousness to be there if it is serving us, and if it is very positive and enlightening and so on. So these Ganeshas are going to be coming in. Dr. Pillai is going to be waking up the different parts of our brain, the different parts of our body. He's going to give us different techniques to use at home. So home practices, you're going to have guidance every night of the initiation. Gina Lakshmi, she will be guiding everyone after the initiation with Dr. Pillai into each of those Ganeshas from the 15th to the 22nd. And then after that, there will be 3 follow-up weeks of guidance coming from myself, I'll be so happy to share the teachings and go over them, review them with everyone, answer questions, keep giving guidance as per Dr. Pillai. He just doesn't want Ganesha's birthday to just go by and that's it. He wants you to really dive and get his blessings for the whole year. And we all know at Pillai Center, and people who have been studying with Dr. Pillai for a long time, when you get Ganesha's blessings, miraculous things happen even without you asking for it. So He's our friend. He's our BFF forever and ever. So, and he's the gods and goddesses BFF. They do not do anything without his grace and blessings. So check it out. You can buy them individually as well. That's a beautiful price point. But then if you add them all up, you want to take a look at it and weigh it out and see what you can do. So maybe you want to check out that YouTube that Dr. Pillai hosted on Sunday. What was that? Sunday, I think it was. Yeah, yesterday. And Gina then answered questions that everyone had afterwards. She explained the different components of the Living Ganesha course. She explained about the early bird. She explained about the initiations themselves and so on. So your questions will get answered if you go ahead and watch that. Maybe you can add the link there, or it might be below this video. So that's it, what I wanted to share about and remind everyone, we want to live Ganesha. We want his consciousness. We don't want to wait anymore. Waiting is such a waste, and waiting is karmic. So we don't want to do that. So that's what it is. And now I'll go to the chat. So people are sharing gratitude, which is the best attitude to have in the whole world. And can we have the Zoom details for the goddess Draupadi meditation? I'm not sure if Radha can post those, or someone can. Chia is saying, what time in Eastern Daylight Savings Time? I'm not sure what time you're asking about. Okay, I'm going to scroll up here. Marius, greetings, Sister Saraswati. DJing tonight. Woot, woot. Oh, are you a DJ? Cool. Lots of people from different parts of the world. It's awesome. So, and tonight, what's going to be happening is I'm going to be the Pillai Center teacher who is going to be hosting the Draupadi Mini Fire Lab. So Dr. Pillai's asked several of the Pillai Center teachers to do that over the past few days, because it's still the month of Adi, which goes from mid-July to mid-August. So we will continue on what Dr. Pillai started in mid-July, honoring the goddess, bringing her in, and Ganesha before that. Of course, his energy is really rocking, and the Hramba Ganesha, the five-headed Ganesha, who is known as the golden Ganesha. So he will bring our consciousness to that level that resonates with gold. And that's the golden age. We want to experience it, not just think about it or wish it or philosophize about it. We want to experience it. So we've been building that consciousness, that connection, as Dr. Pillai has been bringing in Ganesha and the goddess Draupadi, Vyasa Draupadi. So that's going to be happening, and I want to jump over there, get ready, because this stage is going to change. And the setting, I mean, in the background. And get ready to bring in Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, Lord Ganesha and Vyasa Draupadi in the mini fire lab. So if you don't know what that is, well, join, and then you can find out. So that's going to be at midnight, which is in about 55 more minutes. And it will be on Pillai Center Practice YouTube, not Pillai Center YouTube, Pillai Center Practice YouTube, which I believe we're on now. So you will see the countdown, and you can join. So I'll be happy if you joined. And when we all remain open to the goddess, and as she's coming in through Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, of course, we're just going to be the facilitators of it, the process. You may feel so much empowerment coming from this goddess, and Dr. PILLAI'S energy will be like this radiation, a pulse that you have been experiencing as this goddess has been invoked in the past several weeks. So 5 more days, including today. So join that. Lots of gratitude from everyone. Fabulous. How do you find out your birth star? Is it necessary to know the time of birth or just the day? So it's a good question, Elizabeth. You can go on to Astrovid, and if you don't know the exact time of your birth for whatever reason, then you can get a birth rectification service done through Astrovid. And I'm not sure what that link is, but you can also send an email to support@astrovid.com and then ask them for the birth rectification service. So there will be an astrologer who will ask you a bunch of questions about your life. And you will say yes, no, and then that will confirm with them the birth star based on the general time zone or the date that you were born in and around. So if you know if you're born in the morning, that's helpful. Even afternoon, evening, that's helpful too. So you don't have to narrow it down to the exact hour and second, but they will sort it out for you, and then they will give you your star based on what you share back about your life. And those kinds of like, you know, brothers, sisters, or do you have this kind of personality or these qualities? Did you have a break in your education? Did you graduate with, you know, science or whatever it is? So you will say yes, no to these questions, and then that will help the astrologer to hone in on the star that was coming in at that time of your birthday. You're very welcome. I'm loving reading the chats. Herb is saying here, I was thinking about buying an elephant sculpture. Does it matter if the trunk goes up or down? That's a good question. I've heard that if the trunk is up, then that's victory. If it's down, it's kind of working. It's a working one. So get the one that's going, yahoo! So Mitch is saying here, PILLAI'S Center has many courses that have similar gods, abundance, remove obstacles. How do we know which gods courses are suitable for us? Really, it's you've got to trust in your own intuition, your gut instinct. So just like you present yourself to different people in your life, to various aspects of your life, but you're the same person, but you have different aspects. So that represent joy, happiness, abundance, wealth, or the opposite. But we just want to focus on the good stuff. So you just can look at the courses and then you just meditate. That's what I do. I just say, okay, well, Vrahi courses, she's the goddess of 2020. So it was a no-brainer for me. She's the goddess of the year 2020, which we're in. So I want to find out how to get into her party. She's got a party going on all year. And so I have got an invitation to go to the party. So all I need to do is get in the course. And then that will be my starter point, because wherever you're starting is where you're starting. So you can, and it's like going to the mall too. It's Molly. You know, many different shoe stores, many different coat stores or whatever they are, but you just know, okay, I want to go here because I like the way this style is, or I like the way it feels, or, you know, so you can just go and read about it and then sit with it for however long you need to make a decision. And then you will get that yes. And it's not a yes in your brain, by the way. It's not even in your heart. It's your gut. That's where your intuition is. So, that's why Ganesha's in the gut. He's got a big pot belly. And so he says the where you create is from the gut. You don't think. And there's no thinking. It's just that knowing. So it's a practice as well. You just want, this is who you need to contact right now. Otherwise, you're just trying to do something that someone says or recommends, and you're like, so you got to fire your belly up and get that into you. So I hope that answers your question somewhat. We never want to tell people what to do. You got to do this. Is just, it's available, and then you got to read it. You've got to go in there and you've got to say, hey, this is the one for me. The Haramba Ganesha who rides a tiger. Found a Haramba Ganesha who rides a tiger. Is that okay? Yeah, sure. That's awesome. Jagadish is saying here, which is the Ganesha that removes obstacles for liberation? Which one of the 8 Ganeshas is addressing this? Liberation in the sense of what? Like enlightenment or freedom from whatever problem you're having? Can you just be a little bit more specific? I'm just taking a look at the time here. There's a couple Ganeshas here that Dr. Ply is going to be bringing in. The golden Ganesha, I would say that he's the one who's going to liberate us because he's the golden age Ganesha. So that one, Jagadish. And then there's another one, the higher intelligence, where you're just going into instantaneous manifestation. Is not logical. So you're liberating yourself from your karma. And then the miracle brain would be another one. And the dissolving the bad karma would be another one. So really, they all have the components of freeing yourself up. But liberation as an enlightenment, I would go with the golden age one, Haramba. Oh, liberation from life. It's interesting you're saying that, because here's the thing. Life really is super consciousness. When we want to be liberated from life, it means that we want to be liberated from suffering, like anything that represents suffering. But life, who wants to be liberated? You want life. You want that energy, that intelligence, the soul. If this body doesn't have the soul's consciousness, it's not animated by anything. The soul has left, that means this flesh, this body is just going to be a lump of flesh and a bag of bones and some bugs and guts and so on, just there. So the life force is not what we want to be liberated from. We want that. So liberation from the suffering, I would say maybe go and call on that Haramba Ganesha, and then also the one to get you out of the karmic suffering. Just saying. All right, everyone. You know what? Gone through the chat, and I am going to see you over on the other Apply Center practice YouTube for the Vyasa Draupadi, also the Ganesha mini Fire Lab, where Dr. Ply will be guiding us through his light body, his intelligence, his ability to transmit at the level of the soul. There's the confirmation. What it is that we need to experience in this particular ceremony or spiritual tool, this technology, high tech, as Dr. Ply calls it. And then you can learn, you will take you step by step so that you can do it on your own. It's super easy to do it on your own. So there's going to be some instructions that will be sent out in the next few days or so by Ply Center on how you can perform your own little mini fire labs. So we're just giving you, we're taking the opportunity for you to be invited to come, participate, watch it, observe it, feel it, be with it, and then you can maybe start to integrate it into your daily practice. Super easy. So let's get on over there in a little bit. And thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thanks to Dr. Ply for bringing us all together and then creating a beautiful space for us to experience Ganesha in a whole new way today. And then we will see you tomorrow. Namaste.